Hi, welcome to Watch Me Budget. Today I thought I'd tell you about my accounts in YNAB. So you may have noticed in my last video that I have about a gazillion accounts. We had actually paid off all of our credit cards and we just had the big student loans and our checking account, savings account, and some cash. And you can see it just exploded. And the reason for that is because I started taking advantage of these points deals and special offers. And I started transferring the student loan balances to the credit cards. My student loans were at about 6.5% interest, and at least the unsubsidized portions. The subsidized portions were at like 4.25 to 5.6. And it just seemed ridiculous to be paying that when I had these 0% cards. And some of them had a 3% transfer fee for 18 months or 15 months of 0% interest, which is way less than paying 6.55%. So I decided to go ahead and take advantage of that since we are paying them off. So that right there added these 3 cards. And then we started taking advantage of these points deals. Like, for instance, this Bank of America card. It was spend $500 in 90 days and get $100 back. So you can see we started using this account on April 9th. And in YNAB, you have this feature where you can actually just select your transactions. You can see we've put $467.94 on, so we're almost there to reaching that goal of getting the $100 back. So I went ahead and made a scheduled transaction here to remind me that they're supposed to give me that money by June 30th. And I also put a note here in the title of the card that tells me the limit of the card and what the deal is, so that I don't forget to follow up on that, and when I'm out and about and I look at my category, I can see that, what my limit is and what's available there. The reason it says negative 1422 here is because I have scheduled a transaction, actually I think it may have cleared now, of $453.72, but we made some new charges in the meantime, so that I paid off the balance, but then I made another charge on the card. So I will be sending that money off, and that one is just getting paid off as I go. The Citi card is, you can see I made a note there. That one has a great deal, 1% cash back on everything, 1% back when you pay it off. And so this is actually, I'm doing like the zero fee balance transfer with that. I've been racking up the charges on this one, but then sending the full payment to the student loans. So you can see I made some really monster payments here that were basically covering the expenses that I had put on this card we sent off to the student loans. And that made it so that now we're paying 0% on those. Like the same deal, this Chase card, $100. The $100 I put here is about what's free on it. I think the limit on this one is $3,000, so I wanted to make sure that I remembered that this one doesn't have a lot on it, but I can get 5% cash back in restaurants right now. And I've been accruing some points here, so I made a note for myself in the scheduler that'll remind me to cash it out when those points have reached the $25 that I can get in cash. Discover, I did those 3% balance transfers, but I left just a little bit on there so that I can get the 5% cash back. And again, all the new charges, we just pay those right back. The HSA is kind of cool. The employer is actually putting $50 in every single month for us because we have a high deductible plan. And I set it up so that when we have medical bills, it's pretty confusing because the doctors bill you, but then it goes to insurance and you never know exactly how much it's going to be. So I enter the amounts in here, and then when I get the explanation of benefits, I change it, and that shows me if I have any outstanding bills. And then I just do a transfer when I'm paying them from the HSA. So anyway, this is why we have so many accounts like this Willamette Valley Friends. That's actually a food buying co-op that we're in, and we get, you know, sometimes I have a credit on my account, like if I ordered 5 pounds of asparagus, but only 2 pounds of asparagus were in stock, then they'll credit me back and I can use that on my next order. And then I put my rewards and gift cards and things also in here. So it just really added up. We ended up with a ton of accounts. I'm also doing something pretty cool with the off-budget accounts that I didn't do before. I've been doing this mTurking, and so I actually enter the hit that I do and sometimes how long it took, and then when it pays, when it clears, I mark it, and then when I cash it out, I transfer it into my checking account, and then it shows up as income. So by having it off budget, it doesn't show up as income until I actually transfer it into our budget. So that's what a lot of these are. Field Agent is kind of cool. You get on your phone, and if there's a little job like a mystery shop job, you do that and you submit it through your phone, and then they credit you. So I've done a few of those, made $21.50 through that. And then we have some big stuff like our mortgage, off budget, because we're just making the payment. I did separate out escrow so that I can keep track of what's going into that account that pays the taxes versus what's actually going to our principal versus what's going to our interest. And then we have the big student loans. So my student loans are on budget because I am actively paying them down right now, but we left my wife's student loans off budget so they're not cluttering up our view, and also because those are going to be forgiven over time. And then I have a couple things here like this Media Predict is fun. I haven't been entering my bets here, but I am kind of keeping it up to date. Basically, I was credited 10,000 points, which equals $10, and I get to guess whether or not certain shows will have good reviews, like if more people will watch them, and I place these bets. And then I can cash it out if I double my money at some point. So that's just for fun. And of course, I wouldn't want this showing up in our regular budget because it's not real money that we have right now. But it can be turned into real money. So there it is. And then the closed accounts are like gift cards and things like that. I want to make sure that I don't lose the history of all these transactions, but so I don't like delete them, but I also don't want them cluttering it up. If I'm not using the account anymore, there's no sense in keeping them on budget. So anyway, thanks for joining me, and you can subscribe to my channel. You can go look at the description and get an affiliate link so you can get 10% off YNAB if you decide to try it. And until next time, thanks for watching.